Nickels might seem ordinary, but collectors know that a single coin can hold a fortune. Some of these tiny coins have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, shocking even seasoned collectors. Stick around, because we're about to uncover the rarest and most valuable 5-cent coins in history. What if the most important modern Jefferson nickel doesn't look rare at all? What if the coin that sits at the very top of today's collection is one that most people would overlook without a second thought? Today's video begins with the number 1 coin, the coin that defines condition rarity in the modern era. That coin is the 1983 P. Jefferson nickel. At first glance, there is nothing about this coin that seems extraordinary. It carries the same familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson that has appeared on nickels for decades, paired with the classic image of Monticello on the reverse. There are no dramatic design changes, no obvious errors, and nothing that immediately separates it from the millions of nickels still circulating today. And that is exactly why this coin is so powerful. In 1983, the Philadelphia Mint produced an enormous number of Jefferson nickels. Nearly all of them were released directly into circulation, where they were handled repeatedly, stacked in rolls, stored in bulk bags, and spent without care. Over time, contact marks, abrasions, weak strikes, and dull surfaces became the norm rather than the exception. Because of this, truly high-grade examples from this year are exceptionally scarce. The 1983 P does not rely on age or low mintage to create value. Its importance comes from survival. It represents a moment where millions were struck, yet almost none were preserved at the level collectors now demand. That quiet imbalance between supply and condition is what has elevated this coin above nearly every other modern Jefferson nickel. For collectors, this coin hides in plain sight. It does not announce itself with a dramatic flaw or a bold variety. Its significance only becomes clear under careful examination, when small details begin to separate an ordinary coin from something extraordinary. The obverse is often the first place collectors notice the difference. On most 1983 P nickels, Jefferson's portrait appears flat and lacking definition. In contrast, a top-quality example reveals depth and sharpness throughout the design. The hair shows separation and texture, the eyes are well defined, and the contours of the face are crisp and balanced. Even the lettering tells a story. On circulated or poorly struck coins, the letters can appear soft and uneven. On a well-preserved example, they are bold, clean, and sharply impressed, instantly signaling a higher level of quality. The reverse continues this transformation. Monticello is frequently weak on 1983 nickels, with blurred columns and a roofline that lacks clarity. The steps at the base are often indistinct or completely flat. However, on a truly exceptional coin, the architectural details stand out clearly. Each column is defined, the structure appears balanced, and the design feels complete rather than worn down. These differences may seem subtle, but to collectors, they are everything. Surface condition is where most 1983 P nickels fail to meet high standards. Scratches, scuffs, and dull patches are common due to heavy circulation and rough handling at the mint. Coins with smooth fields and minimal contact marks are incredibly rare, and that rarity is one of the primary reasons this coin holds such a respected position. Luster plays an equally important role. High-grade examples display a bright, even sheen that flows naturally across the surface. It adds life to the coin without being overwhelming, creating a refined appearance that immediately separates it from ordinary pieces. Collectors also carefully examine the rims and edges. Small nicks or flattening are common on most examples and can significantly impact a coin's grade. Finding a 1983 P with sharp, undamaged rims is surprisingly difficult, making fully preserved specimens even more desirable. Because of these challenges, the 1983 P has become a benchmark coin in modern Jefferson nickel collecting. Advanced collectors pursue it aggressively, and registry set builders consider it one of the most difficult dates to acquire in top condition. Many collectors share stories of searching through thousands of coins in rolls, inherited collections, and long-forgotten boxes, hoping to find one that survived untouched. When a high-grade example is finally discovered, it feels less like a lucky find and more like a hard-earned reward. This coin also reflects the realities of U.S. mint production in the early 1980s. High output, cost constraints, and less refined handling methods resulted in inconsistent strike quality and surface preservation. Those small production factors created massive differences in survival, turning condition into the defining factor of rarity. Even today, when a pristine 1983 P appears on the market, it draws immediate attention from serious collectors. Each new discovery reinforces the coin's reputation and confirms its place at the top of the modern Jefferson nickel series. And now comes the part that truly sets this coin apart. A 1983 P Jefferson nickel preserved in top condition has reached a value of $67,000. An ordinary design. A modern date. A coin most people would never notice. Yet through rarity of preservation and relentless collector demand, it has become the crown jewel of modern Jefferson nickel collecting. This coin proves that true value is not always obvious. Sometimes, it is hidden in plain sight, waiting for the few who know how to look closely enough to recognize it. Next up in today's collection is the 1994 P Jefferson nickel, a coin that quietly challenges many assumptions about modern U.S. coinage. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this issue carries the familiar P Mint mark on the obverse. At a casual glance, it looks nearly identical to other Jefferson nickels from the mid-1990s, which is precisely why it has long been underestimated by collectors and the public alike. Many assume coins from this era are easy to find in high quality. After all, they are relatively modern and were produced in large numbers. The 1994 P Jefferson nickel proves that assumption wrong. During 1994, the U.S. Mint focused heavily on speed and volume to meet circulation demands. Production efficiency took priority, and this had a noticeable effect on strike quality. Many coins were struck with reduced pressure, resulting in softer details across both sides of the design. This production reality is one of the main reasons truly sharp examples are scarce today. Collectors typically begin their evaluation with Jefferson's portrait. On most examples, the hair lacks separation and texture, and the facial features appear smooth or flat. On rare high-quality coins, the portrait shows depth, balance, and stronger definition, especially in the hair and along the jawline. The lettering on the obverse provides additional clues. Weak strikes often produce thin or incomplete letters. Coins with bold, well-formed lettering immediately stand apart and suggest a higher level of overall quality. Turning to the reverse, Monticello becomes even more critical in determining collectability. On many 1994 P nickels, the columns blur together and the building lacks architectural definition. Coins that show sharper structure and clearer lines are far less common and attract immediate attention. One of the most important features on the reverse is the steps at the base of Monticello. For this issue, fully defined steps are especially difficult to find. Even minor breaks or softness eliminate a coin from the highest tier. Coins with complete, uninterrupted steps belong to a very small group. Surface condition adds another layer of difficulty. Most 1994 P nickels were stored and transported in bulk, often developing contact marks before ever entering circulation. Coins that avoided this handling damage and retained smooth, clean surfaces are significantly scarcer. Luster is also carefully evaluated. High-quality examples tend to display bright, even luster that flows smoothly across the surface. Dull, patchy, or muted luster often signals friction, wear, or improper storage. Collectors then inspect the rims and edges. Small nicks and flattening are common on circulated examples from this year. Coins with sharp, intact rims gain additional desirability and rarity. Professional grading has played a major role in reshaping how this coin is viewed. Only a limited number of 1994 P Jefferson nickels achieve top grades, and even fewer meet the strict visual standards expected at that level. As grading data became available over time, collectors began to realize how small the population of elite examples truly is. This shifted the coin's reputation from common to conditionally rare. The 1994 P is often described as a quiet challenge within the Jefferson nickel series. It doesn't draw attention through age or design changes, but through the difficulty of finding it at its best. Modern Jefferson nickel specialists frequently point to this coin as a key issue. It represents the intersection of strike quality, preservation, and scarcity. Another factor adding to its appeal is how often it has been overlooked. Many potential high-grade examples may have gone unnoticed simply because the coin appeared ordinary at first glance. This issue reinforces an important lesson in collecting: rarity is not always about how many coins were minted, but about how many survived in exceptional condition. Even today, collectors continue searching through collections, dealer inventories, and older holdings, hoping to uncover a 1994 Jefferson nickel that meets top standards. Some collectors actively pursue this coin for advanced registry sets, where even minor improvements in quality can make a significant difference. The coin also serves as a useful comparison point when evaluating strike quality across different years from the same mint. As time goes on, the population of top-quality examples is unlikely to grow, which adds to the coin's long-term appeal. Each newly identified high-end example reinforces how narrow the gap is between an ordinary coin and a truly valuable one. The 1994 Jefferson nickel continues to be studied closely, with collectors focusing on subtle details that are easy to miss without careful inspection. Experienced collectors often recommend slowing down when examining coins from this year, as strike strength can vary dramatically from one example to another. This coin is frequently used as a teaching tool to demonstrate how minting practices influence long-term collectability. It also reminds collectors that patience and careful observation often lead to the most rewarding discoveries. The challenge of locating a true top-quality example keeps interest in this issue strong. Now, to put its importance into clear perspective, when a 1994 Jefferson nickel displays outstanding detail, clean surfaces, full design strength, and verified top quality, its coin value has been known to reach as high as $55,000. That level of value firmly places this coin among the most impressive modern Jefferson nickels and proves how attention to detail can completely transform the story of an otherwise overlooked coin. We move to the third coin in the lineup, the 2000 Jefferson nickel, a modern issue that quietly defies expectations. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin carries the small D mint mark on the obverse. At first glance, it appears no different from countless other Jefferson nickels produced around the year 2000. Because of its modern date, many collectors assume it holds little significance, and that belief has caused this coin to be overlooked for years. During the year 2000, demand for circulating coinage was extremely high. The mint produced massive quantities to keep up, and with that level of output, consistency suffered. Some coins were weakly struck, while a very limited number received strong, well-centered impressions. Those few well-struck pieces are what give this coin its collector appeal. Another factor affecting quality was the speed of production. Coins moved quickly through the striking and handling process, leaving little margin for precision. This created noticeable differences between average examples and the rare coins that show superior detail. Evaluation begins on the obverse with Jefferson's portrait. On the strongest examples, the facial features are crisp and well proportioned. The hair shows clear separation, the cheek and jawline stand out, and the lettering along the rim appears bold instead of flat. These details are easy to miss but highly valued by advanced collectors. Strike alignment also plays a role in overall quality. Coins that show even spacing between the design and the rim tend to reflect better production control. The reverse often determines whether a coin truly stands out. On most 2000D nickels, Monticello lacks clarity and appears soft or blurred. On rare examples, however, the building is sharply defined. The columns are distinct, the roofline is clean, and the overall design shows strength from edge to edge. Collectors often compare multiple coins side by side to spot these differences. When viewed this way, strong examples immediately separate themselves from the majority. One feature draws particular attention: the steps at the base of Monticello. Weak strikes frequently leave these steps broken or incomplete. Coins displaying full, uninterrupted steps from the Denver Mint in 2000 are extremely difficult to locate, and this detail alone can dramatically increase desirability. Even minor breaks in the steps can dramatically affect collector interest. Condition presents another major challenge. Most 2000D Jefferson nickels were stored in large mint bags prior to circulation. During transport and handling, coins often made contact with one another, leaving small abrasions and marks that remain visible today. Much of this surface damage occurred before the coins ever entered circulation. Collectors closely examine the fields, searching for smooth surfaces with minimal distractions. Even minor contact marks can reduce appeal. The most sought-after examples show clean fields paired with strong, even luster that holds up under magnification. Consistent luster across both sides is another indicator of superior preservation. Rims and edges are also carefully inspected. Many coins from this year display small rim nicks or flattened areas. Coins that avoided this type of damage are far scarcer and contribute to the limited population of top-tier examples. Professional grading has helped clarify just how difficult this coin is. Only a small number of 2000D Jefferson nickels reach the highest grade levels, and among those, even fewer combine sharp strikes with full steps. That combination defines the coin's true challenge. As interest in modern Jefferson nickels increased, collectors began paying closer attention to this issue. Population reports revealed that high-end examples were much rarer than previously believed, reshaping how the coin was viewed within the series. This realization encouraged many collectors to re-examine coins they once dismissed. The timing of its release adds another layer of interest. Being struck at the start of a new millennium gives the coin added meaning for certain collectors, especially when rarity and condition are both present. Another reason this coin stands out is how easily it can be missed. Many collectors pass over modern nickels entirely, assuming they are all common. This mindset allowed some exceptional examples to remain unnoticed for years. Specialists in the Jefferson series often describe the 2000D as one of the more demanding modern issues to locate in near-perfect condition. Its reputation has steadily grown within the collecting community. Rather than being defined by age, this coin is defined by precision. Small differences in strike quality, surface preservation, and handling separate ordinary examples from truly collectible ones. The coin also demonstrates that modern minting does not guarantee uniform results. Minor variations during production can lead to major differences in long-term desirability. Patience plays a critical role when pursuing this coin. Locating a truly high-quality example often requires years of searching, comparison, and restraint. The 2000D Jefferson nickel continues to be examined and discussed among specialists, reinforcing its standing among notable modern issues. A top-quality 2000D Jefferson nickel, showing sharp detail, clean surfaces, full steps, and strong overall design, has reached a coin value of up to $32,000. Moving on to the next coin, we have the 2008 P5-cent coin, a modern nickel that proves valuable pieces don't always come from the distant past. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin carries the small P mint mark on the obverse. The front features Thomas Jefferson in a more modern portrait style. By 2008, the design had been refined to show Jefferson facing slightly forward, with calm, balanced features and carefully engraved details that give the coin a clean, updated appearance. On the reverse, Monticello, Jefferson's historic home in Virginia, is presented with precise architectural detail. The columns, roofline, and steps are all clearly defined. While most circulating coins quickly lose this sharpness, certain 2008 P nickels retained exceptional detail long after they were minted, making them especially interesting to collectors. In 2008, the United States Mint produced millions of nickels for everyday use. These coins were intended to move quickly through circulation, serving as ordinary money. At the time, very few people paid attention to them or imagined they could one day attract collector interest. Over time, however, collectors began to notice that a small number of 2008 P nickels were different. Variations in the minting process sometimes caused coins to be struck off-center, show doubling in parts of the design, or display other subtle anomalies. These variations are known as minting errors. Not every error creates value, but errors combined with high condition can make a coin highly collectible. Coins that are scratched, worn, or damaged generally hold little premium, while examples with smooth surfaces, sharp strikes, and minimal flaws are far more desirable. Professional grading services play an important role in identifying these standout pieces. By assigning an official grade, they provide collectors with a reliable way to evaluate quality. High-grade 2008 P nickels that also display rare features are far less common than ordinary examples. As awareness grew, collectors began sharing discoveries through online forums, coin shows, and collector networks. Perfectly struck coins, examples with strong detail, and those showing subtle minting anomalies quickly became the focus of attention. Unlike older coins valued mainly for historical reasons, the 2008 P nickel gained recognition as a modern coin with unique characteristics. It demonstrated that age alone does not determine collectability. Collectors also learned that not all imperfections matter. Small scratches or discoloration do not add value. Instead, they look for specific traits such as clean doubling, strong strikes, and coins that remained uncirculated despite being more than a decade old. Some collectors actively search for these nickels in bank rolls or pocket change. Most rolls contain ordinary coins, but the possibility of uncovering a hidden gem adds excitement to collecting modern issues like this one. Another factor adding to this coin's allure is its rarity in top condition. Even though millions were produced, very few remained uncirculated with sharp design elements, making high-grade examples especially sought after. Auction results have helped define the market for high-grade 2008 P nickels. Each sale reflects what collectors are willing to pay, and over time, certain examples have shown steady increases in value due to limited supply and growing demand. Certified coins often command higher prices than uncertified ones. A 2008 P nickel that has been professionally graded and documented is more appealing and easier to sell than an uncertified coin found in a jar at home. Collectors also appreciate the visual appeal of top-grade examples. Coins with strong luster, clean fields, and well-defined features often pop under magnification, creating an instant sense of quality that casual observers might miss. This nickel also serves as a lesson in persistence for collectors. Many valuable examples were discovered after careful examination of large quantities of coins, showing that patience can yield surprising rewards. Even small differences in strike or surface condition can make a significant difference in value. For example, a slightly sharper portrait or a few extra clear lines in Monticello can dramatically increase desirability. Despite being a common circulation coin, the 2008 P 5-cent coin highlights how modern issues can develop collectible potential. It reminds collectors that rarity can emerge from condition, preservation, and subtle minting differences. Many collectors point out that the appeal of this coin comes from a combination of factors rather than age alone. Sharp design, limited high-grade survivors, and identifiable anomalies all contribute to its status. For casual collectors, this nickel serves as a lesson in careful observation. While most people overlook pocket change, experienced collectors study coins closely, knowing that small details can make a significant difference. And finally, the detail that truly sets this coin apart, a perfect, high-grade 2008 P 5-cent coin, with the right characteristics and professional certification, has been known to sell for as much as $21,000. It's an extraordinary figure for a coin that looks completely ordinary. The 2008 P nickel proves that patience, knowledge, and attention to detail can turn everyday change into a remarkable collectible. So the next time you handle a nickel, take a closer look. One of those small coins could be hiding a story, and a value, just like the 2008 P 5-cent coin. In the last spot for today, we have the 2015 P Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it seems like an ordinary modern nickel you might find in your pocket or in a roll of change. Jefferson's familiar portrait on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse are instantly recognizable. But for collectors, this coin is far more than just a piece of currency, it represents a chance to find something valuable in plain sight. The 2015 P nickel was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, marked with the P Mint mark on the front. Millions of these coins entered circulation, making them common in everyday transactions. Yet, despite this high production, certain examples have survived in remarkable condition. These coins avoided the scratches, contact marks, and dulling that affect most coins after years of handling. Finding one in near-perfect state is what captures the attention of modern collectors. One of the interesting aspects of this coin is the subtle variations and minor errors that occasionally appear. Unlike coins from decades ago that might have obvious design changes or rare features, modern nickels like this one often hide their uniqueness in small details. Sometimes a slightly off-center strike, a doubled letter, or a minor die flaw can make the difference between an ordinary coin and one that draws collector interest. It's a reminder that even recent coins can carry surprises. Collectors often emphasize examining Jefferson's portrait carefully. On this nickel, a well-preserved example will show depth and clarity in the hair and facial features. The lettering, too, can reveal differences. Coins with crisp, bold letters stand out immediately, while weaker strikes might appear flat or uneven. The reverse, featuring Monticello, is another area where details matter. The clarity of the columns, roofline, and steps can be subtle but are important indicators of quality. Luster is one of the key features collectors look for in modern coins. A 2015 P nickel that retains its original shine and reflective surfaces is much more desirable than one with dull patches or marks. Even a coin from recent years can be considered valuable if it maintains bright, even luster across its fields. Surface condition is equally critical. Many nickels from 2015 were circulated, often showing scratches, abrasions, or signs of handling. Coins that escape this wear are rare in comparison and can attract attention in a collection. That's why it's always worth taking a closer look before spending or trading a coin from this year. It may appear ordinary, but it could be a hidden gem. Another point of interest for collectors is that the 2015 P nickel represents a bridge between traditional coin collecting and modern coins. It's a reminder that modern coins are not just everyday currency, they're part of an ongoing story. Each coin tells something about the production practices of the Philadelphia Mint that year, and small differences in strike quality or surface condition can become significant for collectors. Many collectors also enjoy searching through circulation and collections specifically for coins like the 2015 P. Even though it is a modern issue, its potential value is tied to how well it has been preserved and whether it carries minor variations. For enthusiasts, this coin represents both a challenge and an opportunity. There's a thrill in spotting the exceptional among millions of otherwise ordinary examples. This coin also highlights an important principle of modern coin collecting: age isn't the only factor in value. While older coins are often sought for historical significance, modern coins can be equally compelling when they survive in pristine condition or show unusual features. It's a lesson for anyone handling coins: always take a careful look, because you never know what might be hiding in plain sight. Even today, collectors continue to study 2015 P nickels carefully. Each coin examined adds to a growing understanding of how minting practices, handling, and preservation impact modern coins. Finding a high-quality coin from 2015 is satisfying because it combines careful observation, knowledge, and a bit of luck. For those building Jefferson nickel collections, this coin is a reminder that every era has its treasures. While the 2015 P doesn't have the long history of older coins, its condition and subtle variations make it an important piece for modern collectors. Coins like this encourage collectors to slow down, examine details, and appreciate the small differences that make each coin unique. Before spending or trading a 2015 P nickel, it's wise to check it carefully. Coins that have been well preserved and show minor errors or unusual characteristics could be worth holding on to. Even among coins minted just a few years ago, attention to detail can reveal pieces that are more special than they appear at first glance. Finally, the 2015 P Jefferson nickel is a testament to the ongoing excitement of coin collecting. It reminds us that value isn't always about age, rarity, or historical significance. It's also about condition, subtle variations, and the stories coins carry over time. What looks like a simple nickel to most people can be a fascinating discovery for a collector who knows how to look closely. So the next time you come across a 2015 P nickel, take a moment to examine it carefully. Its condition and any unusual features could make it a coin worth holding onto. In the world of modern collecting, even coins from the last decade can surprise you with their appeal and importance. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare nickels and want to see more hidden gems from the world of coin collecting, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. Your interest in coins keeps this community alive, and we can't wait to share more fascinating discoveries with you.